The Tucson City Council is considering a new proposal on how to help the growing homeless population here in our city. Councilman Steve Kozaczek brought the proposal before the council this afternoon. He says it's been successful in other cities and would be a lifeline for some in the homeless community. News 4 Tucson Shelley Jackson joins us live with the latest. Shelley.
Well, Sean, if you've been driving, walking, or even biking around Tucson, undoubtedly you've seen these homeless communities. This is one here on the banks of the Santa Cruz River. And like you said, Councilman Steve Kozaczek is proposing a plan that could mitigate the homeless issue in Tucson.
I mean, it's been a long-standing problem that's perhaps a little bit worse now.
A proposal before the Tucson City Council would establish controlled homeless camps in the area to help mitigate the growing homeless population.
We would provide some sort of enclosures, whether they be tents or tiny homes or whatever they wind up being. But the real operative piece of this is they're controlled, TPD's involved, service providers are involved.
The camps would especially help the folks who are, for several reasons, excluded from shelters.
And they'll camp out, or they'll gather in small groups in certain parts of town, and it'll be tolerated for a while, and then after a while there are enough complaints and they get rousted and then they go to another part of town.
Kozaczek envisions several sites around Tucson, making it easier for the homeless population to access resources.
It's easier to get services to people when they're in designated places instead of having to go out and find them or having them try to figure out how to find you.
Right now, this is just a proposal. Details haven't been worked out yet, but location is a big question.
There's lots of support.
I totally understand. People are going to say, I don't want this in my backyard. I don't want it in the park next to our house. There are areas around the city that right now that we're simply squeezing a balloon and moving people from one spot to another.
Now, cities in Oregon and California are considering similar proposals. Live from the west side, Shelley Jackson, News 4 Tucson.